Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Charles Powell, and today I'm going to be talking about the N self-assessment of personal development needs. And in that assessment, there were three sections that it focused on, and it was knowledge, sensitivity, and skills. And then in those three sections, it focused on four levels of how you handle those different types. And the four levels were moderately developed, highly developed, somewhat limited, and needs improvement. First, I'm going to start by talking to you about the knowledge section. In the knowledge section, I had 7 moderately developed, I had 1 highly developed, 1 limited, 1 somewhat limited, and then I had 0 on the needs development. Under the one that I had that was somewhat limited, I had number 8, which was locating career opportunities and organizational communication. And then my other 7 were moderately developed, which consisted of defining and understanding organizational communication, understanding major theories of how organizations work, determining how an individual's experiences organizational life, describing what organizational conflict is and how it relates to productive organizations. I also had identifying characteristics of leadership and management communication. And then for highly developed, I had understanding, decision making, and problem solving. And I had one more under moderately developed, and it was distinguishing between values and ethics in organizational communication. So that pretty much wraps up my knowledge section, and I'm going to move on to the sensitivity section. In the sensitivity section, I had 4 moderately developed, 4 highly developed, 3 somewhat limited, and 0 needs development. Starting off there, I had started off with a moderately developed, which was in the category of my personal responsibilities for organization communication. Then I went to somewhat limited, where it says how shared realities are generated through organizational communication. Then I went to the next one was moderately developed, which is why and how people work together. The next one was what motivates me and what is likely to motivate others, which happened to be a highly developed one for me. Another highly developed one for me was the importance of interpersonal relationship with supervisors, peers, and support subordinates. I also had another moderately developed one, and it was personal preferences for a variety of approaches as conflicts. My next one, that pretty much wraps up my sensitivity section. And lastly, but not least, there was a skill section. And for this section, I had 11 moderately developed, and I had 1 highly developed, 6 somewhat limited, and 1 that needs development. Starting off with that, I had, in my somewhat limited section, I had a question that was contributing to supportive organizational environments. I also had participating in product conflict management. And lastly, I had fact finding as an evaluation. And I had as well somewhat limited, which was a question like accepting personal responsibility for communication. I also had another question that was relating individual communication behavior to organizational and effectiveness, which I really felt like that was interesting. To sum things up, that pretty much sums up the 3 sections that I had. To sum everything up, overall, looking at my results, I've had a lot of things that lean towards moderately developed competencies. I think that with this sort of result and mixed in with very few of my needing development and somewhat limited, I was able to determine that if I make the minor adjustments, that I'm headed in the right direction of a highly successful communicator in an organization. Taking this test really helped me to see that my weaknesses are fixable because of where my strengths are. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.